Hey guys, hope you all crisp and crunchy. It's SURNAMES here and welcome back to Doki Love and Literature. I want to apologize right away because I think I come down with a cold because my voice is kind of rough and my nose is blocked. So I'm sorry if my voice sounds a bit strange today. But I hope you don't mind too much. And to make it up, I have the third chapter of DDLL. Best abbreviation ever. DDLL. Of Doki Love and Literature for you. Enough of that, let's get right in there. Afternoon, still in school. Tick, 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 tick. Yeah, sorry. My eyes watched the clock following the hands as they slowly went full circle. I unhappily tapped my pencil on my paper, growing bored with my random sketches on my notepad. My classmates looked just as antsy to leave, fidgeting around in their seats. The teacher, Miss Gojo, is a slim-built woman whose dark hair is always tied up in a bun. With glasses to boot, she has the look of an intellectual, and the knowledge to back that statement up. To her credit, she's a great teacher who cares deeply about the curriculum for her students and has a passion for talking about her field of study, anatomy. Grace, no. There is not just Grey's Anatomy, it's just this fucking series. Her lectures are almost always both interactive and memorable, when it's not going by the textbook that is. But I swear, if I have to hear one more word about the chemical reactions of reptilian brain enzymes when subjected to cold temperature environments, I might just faint. Because this sounds boring as all hell. And I think I've learned about this stuff myself. So I know how you feel. The bell rings. Oh yeah. Oh, this is stuff my ears could jerk off to. Oh my goodness, I should stop making such jokes. They're not funny. The class becomes a buzz with activity. Miss Gojo is babbling on about the homework due to next glass. Why glass? It's class! But nobody, myself included, is really listening. Aw, poor Miss Gojo. I grabbed my spare papers and shoved them into my bag. Believe it or not, I was actually eager for my first real meeting with the literature club. So last time wasn't real for you? Was it too, I don't know, virtual? Maybe. Not just because it gave me a chance to know Natsuki better, but I actually found myself enjoying the challenge of writing a poem, to my surprise. It took me well over an hour to carve out a poem I felt was worthy enough to share with someone, but once I finished it, I felt overwashed with a great sense of pride in my writing. Maybe Sayori was right in saying writing becomes more enjoyable when it isn't forced enough through the confines of schoolwork. I glanced at my phone. Speaking of Sayori, I expected a text from her telling me to wait for her, but I haven't heard anything from her since the walk home yesterday. She probably expects me to go on my own now that I know how to get there, I think to myself. No bother. I still remember how to get there. Can't be that hard. I slip out the door and mingle with the crowd of students, all wrapped up in their own conversations. I slip out the door and step outside, going through the foyer. The midday sun was streaking across the thin clouds, giving them a rosy pink-orange glow. Pink-orange, almost Natsuki style. It's Natsuki Sayori style. Wow. It looked amazing, reflecting on the koi pond, giving the area a serene and quiet aura. I walked through the doors of the now empty seniors building and made my way up the stairs. Seriously, I wonder why the developer of this mod... what do I want to say? God damn it. I forgot what I wanted to say mid-sentence. Oh yeah, why they mention the koi ponds really so often. I think I already said it last episode, but still, they keep on talking about the koi pond. I bet someday I will just trip in there or something like that when Natsuki's watching and I'm gonna embarrass myself and Natsuki just feels embarrassed for me too and now tries to defend myself in front of the other students and so on and so on. I should write the story here. No. I turn the corner. Something catches my eye. A short girl dressed in her school uniform, back particularly and then partially, not particularly, facing me as she stepped out of the restroom. A cluster of paper towels is clenched in her fists. Let me guess, it's Natsuki or Sayori. She rubs her eyes with the towels and tosses them into the bin. She walks away, seemingly unaware of my presence. I recognize the pink hair immediately. I told you, it's Sayori. No. Natsuki? Oh my god, what happened? She turns to my face. I can see an ugly redness on her cheeks, eyes puffy. She gives me a mixed look of fear and embarrassment before she turns on her heel and almost runs back to the clubroom. I stand in the hallway dumbfounded. What did I say? What happened to her? I think to myself. I pause by a water fountain, trying to collect my thoughts. It looked like she was crying, long enough to have her eyes puffy like that. But over what? Maybe she failed an exam. What could make a sweet and innocent girl like her cry like that? God, I hope she's okay. Still in a daze, I walked into the classroom. Oh, maybe now's the time where she describes the situation with her father. Maybe. Yuri and Monica, where were? Yuri and Monica, where were chatting indistinctly. Yeah. Why am I confused about that word? At the teacher's desk. Yeah. Yuri leaning against the solid oak desk with Monica sitting in the black leather chair used by the teacher. The same book Yuri was reading yesterday sits at her side. Her hand gently resting on the cover. Jeez. These repetitions, they confuse me. Don't repeat words. At one of the front desks sits Sayori, scribbling with all the focus I've ever seen on her, not ever seen her, given a piece of paper. And tucked away at one of the back desks is Natsuki, head down at the same book she had earlier. Why isn't anyone talking to her? Monica notices me enter and slightly spins her chair to face me. Ah, there you are, Matty. I was wondering where you were at. Speaking of a rough voice. I was starting to think you were gonna skip on us. Yeah. Don't worry, Monica. I'm one of my word. I shared the love. I'm actually looking forward to sharing my poem. Believe it or not, I actually spent the night working on it. A slight exaggeration, but how would you know? Monica gives me an intrigued look. Really? Well, it's good to see that you're taking this club seriously. I can't wait to read it. She gives me a final smile and turns back to Yuri, the conversation over. Should I talk to Natsuki? Does she even want to be talked to right now? She looks like she wants to be left alone. I decide to just give her some space and share poems with her last. I walk over to Sayori, who is so wrapped up in her own little world she doesn't notice my approach. Or me approach. I playfully tap on her nose. No. Not already the news. Stop this. She glances up and beams me a smile. Hi, Matty. Ready to share poems? I give a light shrug. If I have to. Ready as I'll ever be. Monica claps her hands together which grabs my and everyone else's attention. Okay, everyone. That's your catchphrase after sharing poems. Stop it. Don't say it right now. Shh. Okay. You can't see what I'm doing. There's no purpose in touching the screen because you can't see it. Damn it. I hope you brought them with you. I hope you brought them with you because it's time to share poems. Dun 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 dun. Ba da 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 da. Ah, hello, Matty. So, I think it's predetermined which girl we have to encounter first, and second, and third, and fourth. How are you today? Man, it's good to see you. She still sits at the teacher's desk, laptop half closed. Oh, good as ever. You? She gives me a pleasant smile. Just happy to have everyone here. Ready to read my poem? Absolutely. She hands me the paper and I start to read. Hole and wall. So now we actually get to know her full surname. Hole and wall, that's the same. By Monica Selke. Okay, that's a very weird surname. I don't want to theorize about it too much, but since Monica is written with a K instead of a C, which kind of gives it a non-English sound, it might be that this is a German name. Like Monica and Selke. Or Selke. Wow, might be. Jesus. Why am I giggling? I handed her the paperback. From what I could gather, Monica's poem was about... I'm actually not quite sure. There's a lot of ways one could interpret it. Freedom? Talking the roads less traveled? And taking the roads. Alternate timelines? If there was a message, it was lost on me. What did you think, Matty? I can feel those pretty green eyes on me, patiently waiting for me to respond. Damn, she does have those emerald green eyes staring you down into the ground where you can't get up because she's still staring at you and you get scared and you just want to leave. No. I start to sweat, unable to effectively collect my thoughts. Well, it's very, abstract. I laugh awkwardly and can feel my cheeks getting hot. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I'm not exactly the best at giving critique. She laughs. Don't worry, Matty. It's good that you called it abstract because that's the style I was going for. Leaving the message up to the reader. What did you think the message was? I tried to rack my brain for a quick, effective response. I thought that it could be about a loss of a loved one, with the hole in the wall representing the afterlife. Wow. The blindness representing the true scale of the person's pain. There is a grain of uncertainty in my voice. Uncertainty. I still don't like that word. Monica takes a moment to let that comment sink in, turning it over in her head like a Rubik's Cube. That's good. While I did write the story with a different theme in mind, I love your interpretation. Yeah, seriously. Pretty cool. Interpreted. That puts me at ease, slightly. Monica points at the paper. Or my paper. Can I read yours now? I suddenly hand her my paper. I watch her eyes trail down to the bottom of the paper, soaking in every detail of her face, trying to read her thoughts. She offers nothing, a blank stare. What is she thinking? It seems like an eternity passes before she speaks. Matty, this is pretty good. I like the way you portrayed the setting, but... She pauses. It could use some work. Your overall message was clear, but I feel you have used some words differently. You could have used. But it's a great first poem for a relatively inexperienced writer, and you should be proud. I smiled, grateful for the genuine comment. Thank you. When I started writing it, I wasn't sure how I wanted to write the setting as, and I almost gave up and wanted to do a different story altogether. I slightly laugh. Well, consider this my writing tip of the day. When you get stuck on one part of your poem, or any story really, it will stop your flow entirely and mess up how you view on your story. My advice? She waves her hand. Just move on. Oh, yeah, there you go. Write down what you have on your mind for that part and just keep writing. You can always go back and revise it later. Wow, Monica, that's really helpful. Thank you. No problem. Don't forget, you can always come to me for advice on anything. As club president... As club president, it's not better. It's my duty to make you feel welcome. Whatever devils. I smile. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Yep. The feeling that I come down with a cold strengthens. Great. Sierra gives me a bright smile when she sees me approach her. I take a moment to look, not a mook, at the paper she had. It was obvious from the sharp contrast in writing she had gotten something written down, but then came back to finish it later. This should be interesting, I thought to myself. Hey Matty! Ready to exchange poems? She fumbles with the paper, which I generally take. Jesus, I spat everywhere. Dear Sunshine by Sayuri Ahsoka? Next surname! That's cool to know. So this is Japanese. I think. I mean, I don't know, but it sounds Japanese. I want breakfast. Oh, yeah. I read through the paper. It's a brief story about how the sunshine greets her every morning, persuading her to rise out of bed despite her objections. Very cutesy, with a happy tone hanging over the text like an umbrella. The final stanza? I want breakfast. That's the best part of the poem. In short, it had Sayori's written name written all over it. Well, so technically then it has written the name on it twice. Because first it was her real name. And at the end if you say I want breakfast is her name too, then twice. Calm down. So what do you think? She's clearly eager to hear my thoughts. And I hand her the paper back. I thought it was good, Sayori. Short but sweet, but something tells me you were a little hungry when you were writing it. I grinned. She looked confused at first, but then she started to laugh. Well, I woke up late and didn't get to eat breakfast this morning, so I was feeling hungry when I was writing it. I can't help but shake my head. Sayori, you really need to work on getting up on time. Eventually, this is gonna hurt your marks. Sayori gives me a dejected look and says nothing. I try to move things along. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? At this, her demeanor changes. She eagerly snatches the paper from my hand and starts to read. Sayori slowly starts to read my paper, and I watch her expression morph from vague interest to some variety of awe. That's really the only way I can describe it. I can even hear audible "wah" under her breath. After maybe 30 seconds, she looks up at me. Matty, this is amazing. This has to be one of the best poems I've ever read in this class. Her voice is filled with excitement. I wave her off. Oh, come on. It's okay, but certainly not the best. No, really. I loved how you tried to put the reader into the setting, and how you made the world around him interesting. Even described the smallest of detail, like the coldness of the ocean and all that. So, I wrote about an ocean. At least partially. It was great. She smiles at me. I think about her review for a moment. Praise is nice, but I also want criticism. Then again, maybe getting to a carefree girl like Sayori for an honest review isn't the best idea in the world. True. I started to go find someone else to share poems with when I heard Sayori speak up. Hey, are we still walking home together? I pause. Obviously. Why? What's wrong? Nothing. Just double checking. She awkwardly laughs. I smile, say nothing, and go to find someone else to share with. Oh no. I kind of reject Sayori.